This is question 3 on problem solving from the 2020 IMAT. So we're told that a piece of paper is placed in a landscape orientation and folded in half 4 times, like such. The left side is first folded over the right side, and then the top is folded over the bottom. Then both of these are repeated in the same order once. So if the paper is dotted with a pen after each fold in the center of the face that's showing after the fold, then once the paper is unfolded again, which of these patterns will result? So why don't we draw our own little diagrams to show what we do after each fold to take this problem step by step. So if we follow the instructions that we're given and first fold it the left side over the right side like so, that would give us a piece of paper that looks like this. So I thought I'd keep all the lines in so that we have a good bearing for where our dots are going to go. So these lines correspond to the folds that we're eventually going to do. So if we then place a dot with our pen in the center of this face that's now showing, that would be here. And then we make our next fold, which we were told in the question was top to bottom, like so. That would give us a quarter of the original thing, which looks like this. And once again, we place a dot in the center of the face that's showing. We then fold it from left to right again, like so, to make a piece that looks like this. Dot it in the center, and finally we fold this top to bottom to give this, which we then dot. So what can we gain from these diagrams that we've done? Well, we can see from this first one, the first dot that we drew, that this has to be in a center of one of the halves of this original piece of paper. So that would be either here or here, depending on how the paper is orientated when it's unfolded. And so can we see that in any of these? Well, so we're looking for this spot here or this spot here. That's not the case in A. It is the case in B. It's not the case in C or D or E. And so thankfully it looks like there's only one option which is correct, because we can be unequivocal in saying that this has to be in this particular location on the paper. And so let's just double check that the rest of the dots are where we'd expect them to be in B. If we don't worry too much about the actual position on the paper compared to the local environment of each dot, because this is a bit easier to visualize. So we can see that we should have a dot in the center of a quarter this time. So here, 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 or here. That is indeed the case for our option B. And there should then be one in the center of 2 rectangles which go together. And we can see that here. And finally, there should be one in the center of a small rectangle, which we can see here. So without worrying about the relative positions of all of these dots, because we already know that there's only one correct option, we've seen enough evidence to be able to confidently conclude that B is the only correct answer.